Hello YouTubers, welcome to World Cinema Reviews. This is your host Frank the Vamp, and today we got a special treat for you. I've been talking a lot about horror comedy month, and we're continuing today, but we're continuing with a movie that not a lot of people know about and a lot of people hate. And I can't understand the hate because this movie is freaking funny, but I figure that I don't hear this movie brought up for a variety of reasons. I guess critics hated it. Nobody went to see it, but I've seen it about 10 times and I find it really funny, and I just don't understand why the fuss. But today we're gonna bring up from the vault, from the past, Repossesed. Repossessed, starring the awesome Linda Blair, Ned Beatty, and of course the wonderfully late Leslie Nielsen. And this movie, of course, spoofs The Exorcist, which is really tough to do because you're talking about William Friedkin, a really tough source material, probably the most horrifying movies of all time. But I mean, you actually got the main actress. You got Reagan, you got Linda Blair to replay herself and laugh at herself. I mean, just for that, it's worth watching. But and you get comedy gold with Leslie Nielsen every time. Ever since Airplane, that guy just cracks me up. I just see him and I just start laughing, and he does awesomely here. So let's dive into what it is, Repossessed. So the plot goes like this. Leslie Nielsen plays, the Father Mayii, which is obviously spoofing Father Merrill from The Exorcist, and and Linda Blair, of course, plays herself. The movie begins when she's got the demon inside of her when she was very young, sort of like they're going back to the Exorcist days, but Leslie Nielsen barely survives with a bad heart, and and after he gets done the exorcism, the demon, the devil taunts him and says, "Hey, I'll be back," and then we flash forward to a sort of a lecture that he's giving, that Leslie Nielsen is giving at a being a father. He's actually giving about exorcisms, about the exorcism that happened, and basically we see Linda Blair all grown up, a young lady now, beautiful young lady, and basically she's going to she is actually getting repossessed. She's getting possessed again by the demon. So it's all setting up a rematch, between Leslie Nielsen and the devil. And of course, he's being helped by a young priest, mimicking Father Karras from the Exorcist. This time he's also being helped by televangelists that are hilarious. And the TV evangelists are played by Ned Beatty and what's her name here? Lana Schwab, playing Fanny Ray Weller, and Ned Beatty Ernest Weller, which is obviously spoofing the Bakers, the Tammy Faye Baker, and they're hilarious at it. It's basically all about trying, and they have this great idea that for ratings, let's just televise the exorcism, and the devil has this subplot that wants to possess the whole world because everybody will be watching. Why is this movie awesome? Well, the premise is very silly. Maybe that's what turned off a lot of people. I think that it turned off a lot of people that You know, it's spoofing a really, you know, tough source material, but I mean, yeah, and some of the jokes are really juvenile, but it's just worth watching. Like I said, let's start with Nielsen. Nielsen as Father Mayii is fantastic. I mean, he does all his jokes perfectly. He's just, you know, he really conveys that, you know, as his character, and some of the jokes that he's got. You know, there's a point where the devil starts playing and jumps out of I'm sorry, Nancy. That's her character's name in this one. You know, Linda Blair's character, and goes into him, and then she goes, Father Mayii, you know, and he goes, yes you may, and jumps on her. And then there's a joke where, yeah, Linda Blair says the lick me, but you know, she turns into an ice cream cone. You know, there's some stupid jokes, but you just gotta laugh, and you just, it's really over the top. I like, you know, there's Jesse the Body Ventura, there's and there's the WWF by then, the World Wrestling Federation, and Gene Okerlund. You know, they're both they used to be doing the play-by-play, and they do the play-by-play by the Exorcism, and just some of those things that, and of course, you know Jesse Ventura used to always be the bad guy in wrestling, so he was cheering for the devil to win, and then there's a scene when, you know, Leslie Nielsen goes and he shows you what his guy's got: the cross, he's got the Bible, he's got his gear as a priest, and says, just in case it all goes this, because he pumps up a bunch of bats, it's gonna beat it up, and he goes, hey, that's illegal, Mean Gene. You know, it's just a lot of inside, you know, early '90s show. This was made in 1990. I don't think it's a fantastic, I would say, but I think it's really funny. I think I think the jokes work. I mean, and just the whole premise of it. I mean, it's really good. I don't think it's not the best film, of course, by any of them, but I mean, it works. I mean, you just gotta watch it. I don't want to spoil it, because all the side gags that happen are pretty darn good. You know, it did poorly on the box office. I think it just got wrongly judged. Bob Logan wrote it and directed it. I mean, it's just, I think it got unfairly judged because of the source material, and it just, you know, some people just wouldn't want to see it. They say, oh, you know, that'll be stupid. But you know, Linda Blair. Let's talk about Linda Blair. Linda Blair does fantastic. I mean, think about this: to put on the makeup again, you know, do all that traumatic experience. A lot of people, you know, report that, you know, Blair felt, you know, horrible at the set. I mean, she was put through all this torture, and as a child, and just to relieve that, just, you know, and of course, you know, she spent years trying to get away from that character. She wanted to be an actress. There's other Linda Blair films. Most of them are bad, and you know what, and you know, she wanted to get out of the shadow. She didn't want to do horror. She wanted to be a serious actress, but you know, and there's this old, you know, dating Rick James and drugs and all kinds of things. So I applaud her just for showing up and doing a great job. I mean, so this is a movie that not a lot of people would like, but I invite you to give it a second chance. You might be pleasantly surprised. You will laugh. I mean, the ending scene is everything is over the top about this film. There's the gym film. Like I said, nobody talks about it, but you just gotta watch. It's just one of those things. It's required viewing. I say that this movie is a B+ all the way, and you should really watch it. The next movie that I'm reviewing in Horror Comedy Month is also stars Leslie Nielsen. But I won't tell you what it is, so tune in. Take care, subscribe, and leave comments. Take care. Bye.